Welcome back. I'm excited this morning. As I told you, I have an amazing guest in the studio and she's here with us. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Please, just introduce yourself.
My name is Christabel, Kakai, and I'm a student here in Kenyatta University. I'm taking Bachelor of Commerce, accounting option, and I'm also a student in KCA University. I'm taking my CPA, section 3 there.
So you're an accountant?
Yeah,
an accountant.
I'm training to be one.
To be an accountant?
Yes.
How did you end up writing?
Actually, I had never thought about writing. Totally. When I joined campus, I knew accounting was my way forward. So I realized that, okay, as for me personally, when I am overwhelmed with emotions or, you know, something sort of that, I let it out by writing. And then when you know, just basically around my environment, there are things you watch, there are things you see people doing, and I think the best way of putting it for people to hear about the society and everything is through writing. And then I believe I use my voice as a tool to tell people what I feel. Like, this is wrong, I'm going to use writing. Like my first article, it was about the society, how the fabric of the society is torn. So I use that to reach out to the society.
In what way? In what way do you think the fabric of the society is torn?
Actually, the society is torn in very many ways.
I agree.
Very many ways.
Let's talk about, though, your first article.
My
What
first
did you write
article.
about? Yes.
I wrote about, my first article, I wrote it in 2018. First of all, what motivated me to write that article, the main reason was I wrote it during the lecturers' strike. They had gone for strike, I think for around 2.5 months. And I was like, what is the government doing about it? I mean, we're here, we're students, we're supposed to be in class, taking classes, but the government was not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
That
so
was
no classes.
No classes. Where are we going? I mean, we're the future generation of this country. If we cannot get the education and we've paid for it, what is the government doing about it? And then another thing I can say the society is torn is, I think, the family. The family is the basis of the society.
Yeah.
If you come from a family and, you know, they say charity begins at home. So if nyumbani, you guys are not okay, the parents are not raising the children based on the values, the good values of the society, where are we headed to?
Yeah.
Because if parents do not raise their children right, what behavior will the children portray to the society? Yeah.
So basically, you write about issues that are affecting the society at large.
At large.
At large,
Yeah.
yeah. But there's one article that I read that you had written that was published on Eve Woman.
Yes.
That was about if you are okay.
Yes.
And what it means when you ask someone, how are you? And they answer, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
It's like a muscle, it's muscle memory.
Yes.
You don't even put thought into it.
No. How are you? I'm fine.
Yeah, it's just, it's like a song.
It's like a song.
So whoever is even asking, how are you, they don't even want to know.
They don't want to
how
know.
you are. And
No.
whoever is saying, I'm fine, they've not even thought about that answer.
No.
What prompted or what inspired that piece?
What inspired that piece was the fact that there are people out here, when we interact with people out here, the least you can do is to be kind. Like, for example, there's a day I was walking with my mom in town. There was a lady who was selling oranges. So, you know, she was on the roadside.
Yeah.
So a gentleman was walking, I think, with his wife, and he happened to knock the oranges by mistake. So this woman was like, she abused the gentleman, and I was like, it was a mistake. So my mom rushed and picked the oranges for her. You know, once you portray that negative energy, you do not know what is going on the other side of the other person. So the least you can do is to be kind. And when you ask how are you, do you really mean it, or are you just saying, or the way we've woken up, it's a new day, you say good morning, good morning. The people who ask what's good about the morning. So
no one really thinks about that.
No one really thinks about it. So it's like a song, how are you, niaje, uko poa. Even normal texts, people who just want to, like for me, I have a small circle of friends. if I ask my friends, how are you? Don't tell me you're fine. I want to know details.
How are you?
How are you?
Really?
How are you doing? What's happened in your life? Just don't tell me I'm fine. Yeah.
Of course, there was something that made you write that piece. Were you depressed? Were you okay? Were you going through something?
Actually, I'll be honest. When I wrote that piece, I was going through a lot. I can't say I was depressed. I can't say I was sad. I was just going through a lot of emotions. I did not know what I wanted. I did not know where my life was at that moment. Then sometimes you feel like you have friends, but then at the end of the day, it's like you're in your own world.
Yeah.
And you just want to feel fine. You just want to feel normal again, but then it's just not there. So what I did, I just sat down and wrote that piece.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what drove me to write that.
Something else that, of course, inspires a lot of your writing is what the youth are going through.
Yes.
Right now in this generation, which is a lot.
A lot.
And a lot of that has to do with the social media influence also. Would you mind commenting on that?
Actually, you just said I'm a writer.
Yeah.
And the last piece I wrote, it has not yet been published, but it speaks about the social media, how the youth are using social media. Well, social media is it has its negative and it's positive. So as a youth, I think you're supposed to use social media to influence other people in good ways. But I think most of the youth, I will not generalize because in the society there's still good people.
Yeah.
So most of the youth, they use social media to, it's like an escape tool. So you find that people are going through pressure. You want to look like so-and-so, you want to look like this musician, you want to look like this artist, and you do not know what they go through to look like that on social media. Who told you that once I post a picture of me looking good on social media, it means my life is okay? It doesn't mean it's okay. So I think the youth they're succumbing to this pressure of they want to seem fine, they want to seem they're good, they want to seem more successful than their friends. And then there's also this thing of, okay, it does not really lean onto the side of the youth, but people, I think this generation, people are not happy about the success of other people. I will be genuine. I will be genuine. You see, there are people, when you post a picture on social media looking good, it's either it's true or it's not true. So when you start feeling negative about this person being successul, I mean, you're just building negative energy.
Yeah, for yourself.
For yourself.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do will be like, what is she doing to be successful? What is he doing to look this way? What are they doing to look this way?
The saddest bit about that story is, as you said, people have the youth have succumbed to that pressure. They want to make it very quickly. They want to be successful very quickly. They want to look like people on social media. They want to look like their counterparts on social media. But how they go about it is the saddest bit of it. The lengths they will go to get money, the lengths they will go to buy that iPhone or get that car. Have you experienced any of this directly or indirectly? Ladies and gentlemen who will go for sponsors just to live the good life instead of toughening it out. Just go through school, ngangana tu na hali yako mpaka ufike. They don't want to ngangana na hali zao. What are you kungana na hali zao? They want to get there.
Actually, I have seen it. I have not experienced it because the way my parents have raised me, I believe that people say hard work is the key to success. I mean, it is. So you'd rather strive for your own. You see, the current generation, the youth, they want to get that, they want to be successful quickly, they want to acquire that wealth quickly. But what way are you acquiring that wealth quickly? I can acquire wealth quickly, I can get into business, biashara ikuwe mzuri and get that money. But there are people who, they want to get that wealth quickly. But I usually tell myself, if you acquire that wealth quickly without going through the genuine ways, when you get to the top, someone will always claim it, be like, kama si mimi, you will not have been there. But I think you're supposed to be patience. Patience is what the youth do not have. They do not have patience. You see, your friend is doing successful, my friend is driving this car, you also want to look like them, and your storyline is not the same. If I am here in studio today, does not mean that you will not also make it. So I think people want to live other people's life. People do not want to take their own path. So also the issue on sponsors and cougars.
Yeah.
That was the best word to use.
Yeah.
It's a way of, when the youth get into relationships with these sponsors and cougars, they do not see the side effects.
Yeah.
You're endangering your life, you're endangering your security, you will not live freely as a youth. Because I remember when I was in second year or first year, I was being told of a story of a girl. She has a sponsor. You will look good, the makeup, the dresses, the everything, but at the end of the day, this person anakulimit. You will not go here, you'll not go there, and then you're opening yourself up to diseases and so many things. Like in Kasarani, I think 2 years down the line, there were 2 girls who were fighting for a sponsor. Both of them ended up dead. You'd rather just go slowly, acquire what you have the patience, and you'll reach there.
Yeah.
2
girls fighting for a sponsor. Let's talk about the LGBT community that conversation that we've been having since the show started. They have been, as I said, they have been allowed to register themselves as an organization, as an association or an NGO. I'm not very sure about the details, but they've been allowed to register themselves. Now, it's a legal group. It's a legal group, and of course, as I said, they're moving to court to challenge the penal code that I was just talking about earlier. The penal code on the activities, sexual activities. What do you have to say about that?
Well,
do you agree with the 2 judges who said that legalizing this group is, again, tearing the fabric of our society and our cultural beliefs as a country? Or do you agree with the 3 other judges who said, you know what, these guys, they're human beings like us. They are just like us. Why don't we allow them to register this group so that they can associate freely? Because they are like-minded people, because that is the word they use. They are like-minded people who just want to associate like the rest of us. So what is the problem with that? What is your opinion?
First of all, we are not like them and they are not like us.
But we're all human beings.
We are all human beings.
Yeah?
But I agree with the other 2 judges.
Okay.
We're in Africa. We're in Africa. And there are cultures that have been laid down ever since. So if you come and tell me that they want to legalize it, what do you want to legalize? Yes, they're human beings like us, just like I said before. You cannot look at this person and say you're gay or you're lesbian or you're normal. But since they came out, according to our culture, according to our religion, according to science, a female is supposed to be attracted to a male and a male is supposed to be attracted to a female.
Yeah.
So I agree with the other 2 judges because, in the society, how do you tell me you're attracted to the same sex? How?
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
I understand, and I'm pretty sure we should have had a gay person here to answer those questions. But we're going to make arrangements for that for another interview another day. But this is what is happening right now. Kenyans, we have been hiding under the carpet, behind the curtains on this issue for long enough. I think it's time we just come out and say, you know what? It's here with us. Let's deal with it. As I said earlier, our president once said in an interview that it's a non-issue in our country. Did you see that interview?
Yes,
he said that gayism and lesbianism is a non-issue in our country. I beg to differ now, Mr. President. I beg to differ. It is an issue now, whether we like it or not. It's an issue. There is a story that I want to share with you guys, and I want you to comment on that story. A friend of mine, of course I'm not going to mention names, but a friend of mine gave me a story of a friend of his who is gay. Yeah? Stay with me guys. It's a very interesting story. This friend of mine has a gay friend, yeah? And this gay friend of his, yeah, is dating a married man. So this man is married to a woman, to be specific. He's married to a woman, but he's dating this guy on the side. Yeah, the side dish is a gay dude. Mpango wake wa kando ni. Wenzetu kwa kiwala. Moving on though, anyway, so the marriage was not doing well, sexually speaking. This guy was not performing very well for the wife, and because of course they talked, and the man decided to come out and say, you know what, I'm not attracted to you in that way anymore, or I don't know, but you don't make me feel that way anymore. So the woman asked, what do you need? And he said, mi niko na mpango wangu wa kando, niko na klande wangu, niko na side dish wangu, and he's a dude, and that is what turns me on. So, long story short, for this couple to indulge in their conjugal activities, they have to invite this other guy to come and join them, to help, start the engine, to help get things going. This guy has to be there. When we have such stories, we read these stories online and we think, hizi ni vitu za nauko, these are just things that we hear. Hey. But then this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying right now. It is an issue now. Whether we like it or not, Mr. President, it is no longer an issue. It is an issue. These are things that are happening in our society day in, day out, whether you like it or not. We cannot say, ati apana, let's not talk about this.
We cannot
apana, it's a taboo. We are past that now. Tushafika hapa. What do you have to say? Because I read briefly the penal code, what the penal code says, and it doesn't make sense. What are you talking about? That gay people cannot do their what? Where? They are doing it. I see them all over in town. What are you talking about? First of all, that penal code is very vague.
Yeah.
If you ask me. So I need to hear from you, and I need to hear from you guys at home also. What do you have to say about this issue?
Well, just like you've said, it's now an issue.
Yes.
We cannot.
It has been an issue for a long time. Only we were just pretending.
It was chini ya maji.
Yeah, burying our heads in the sand.
Exactly. So I think my point is, my opinion on that, when you have a problem, you treat the root cause. But well, this is, I will not call it a problem. It's an issue, and it's there. The roots have gone deep into the society, and now these people have gone to court to legalize their association, and
they're winning. Just in case you haven't noticed,
yeah,
they're winning.
because actually 3 judges supported it and 2 did not support it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, these people will be in the society. They'll be in the society. You just told me that America wants to prove that there are people who are born gay.
Yeah, genetically.
Which
we're not yet there.
We're not yet
I'm
there.
still waiting to see how that is going to pan out.
But let's come back home. Let's come back to Africa. This issue, it's deep. It's, how do I put it? It's
put it any way you want to put it. Any way you want to put it.
The issue of gayism, it's now deep-rooted. I'll use that word. It's deep-rooted. And now, well, people have different opinions. That is what I've come to learn.
Yeah.
People have different opinions.
Yes.
Personally, I don't support it. But, when you go to court and you win the case, what will you do? You will sit in a matatu, you'll sit in a restaurant, you will sit anywhere next to a person, and you will not know whether that person is gay or not. Unless they come and approach you like, please. No. But I think if these people go to court and they are successful in legalizing the association,
which they are, we are past that now. We are now at the point where they are fighting the penal code, which prohibits them from carrying out their activities.
Yeah. So I think what makes us different, us normal people, from them, it's their sexual activities. It's their sexual activities. Yeah. Otherwise, they are normal people. But still, that does not mean that I support the gay society.
All right.
Yeah.
As a writer, you read also, right?
Yes, I
You read. What are you reading currently?
I started reading the book by Michelle Obama, Becoming.
How is it?
It's good. I haven't gone so far, but it's good. I think by the end of June I'll be done, because I'm also
June.
Yeah, I'm also juggling between studies.
Yeah. Okay. Is it a book for the ladies? Can gentlemen also read it?
Gentlemen can also read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to look for that. Okay, let me not promise, but yeah. You tell me how it is, and then we're going to see if you're going to read it. What is your creative process when you start writing? When you get an idea, how do you go about it to come up with the final piece?
First of all, how I get my ideas is from the environment. I can be seated somewhere or in a matatu or anywhere, and then let's say someone says something or I see something happening or a picture kwa gazeti or anywhere, I'll be like, I should write about that. Like there's a time my friend told me there's a student who killed himself in Seku just because he was not on the graduation list. So I was like, I should write about this. The small things that happen in the society, the small things that people do not want to talk about. Just like I said, I use my voice as a tool and I put it into writing. So once I see an idea, once I see something happening in the society, then I think there are things that people do not want to talk about that I believe if I put it into writing, put it out there for people to see, like the gay issue. Back then it was a non-issue. Right now it's an issue. So if I see something happening and I'll be like, this is not supposed to be happening. Happening. There are people who will be like, oh, this person is not doing the right thing, so you're not supposed to be correcting them. No, me, I'll tell you, I won't sugarcoat anything. I'll be like, this is not what is supposed to be happening. Yeah.
Okay. This issue you've mentioned of suicide has become really rampant. People are killing themselves senseless. Also, people are killing other people. Left, right, and center. Depression has also been a very big issue.
Major
Mental
issue.
health.
Yeah.
Mental health issues. And these are all things that you write about.
Yes.
You said that you've written articles that have not yet been published. How else do you share your articles other than waiting for them to be printed or to be published?
Well, I have a blog, but it's not been active. Let me be honest, it's not been active because once I got the articles to be published on hard copy, I dragged down on the blog, but I also use it to reach out to people. And then I also don't just reach out to people through my writing only. Social media.
Okay.
Social media, there are people who, the social media, let's just talk about WhatsApp. There are people who post, things and you'll be like, yo, are you fine? Are you okay?
What are you going through?
Are you going through something?
Yeah.
And honestly, I take that as an opportunity to reach out to people. Personally, my main goal is not to be, successful. Okay, I want to be successful. We all do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I believe in bringing a change. I believe, my first article, the one that was published in the Eve Woman, I was going through something, so I wrote it. And I believe that if someone is going through something, help them. I was there once. I am not perfect right now. I am somewhere.
I'm
dealing with it. But if you find someone else who's also going through the same thing, because if I write an article and it's published in the Eve Woman, it does not mean that everyone will read it. Si kila mtu anapata gazeti. So I reach out to people like, are you okay? Okay, I understand there are people who will rarely show their emotions and you will not even know this person is going through something. For example, myself. But you checking up on people. There are people, you just have their numbers and kazini could be status and everything. Let me be honest.
Kazini could be status,
just viewing. But do you care about what that person is going through? Being genuine and being honest.
Now you're writing, your work is being published, so your work is out there, and of course you're going to have critics who are going to critique your work. There are other people who are just going to criticize your work and say negative things about your work. And how do you deal with that, or how do you plan to deal with that?
I actually embrace it, because once I publish my work, there's always the positive, there's always the negative. And my mom told me one thing, in this life, not everyone will be happy about it. There are people who will criticize your work in the nice way and be like, you're supposed to do this, no, correct this. You take the corrections positively. But then there are people who will just criticize your work negatively, just to pull you down. So people who tend to pull you down once you're going up. You're like, no, you stay there. That's where you belong.
Yeah.
Stay there.
Yeah.
So if people are criticizing you negatively, like I'm writing, so I wrote, let's say, for example, I write about a certain topic, and you think otherwise, I'll be like, people have different opinions. You're raised in a different background.
Yeah.
I think differently, you think differently. So the critics will always be there, and
Yeah.
you have to embrace it,
Okay.
positively and negatively.
What is your end game? You are studying to be an accountant. You're also writing. So what is the future? What does the future hold for you? Are you planning to be an author, or is this just be something that you just do on the side as you become an accountant?
Well, I can say accounting entails a lot. There's a lot of math in accounting. There's a lot of math in CPA, BCom, the degree.
I feel like accounting is simply math. Simply mathematics.
There's a little theory, but
Yeah.
70% is math.
Theoretical math.
Yeah, theoretical math.
Yeah.
And for writing, okay, right now I am doing on pieces because my main goal right now, okay, writing, I'm doing it on the side, but my main goal is to do pieces. I haven't thought about writing a book, but once I settle down, finish my degree, finish my CPA, I think I'll write a book. And also, there's the Association of Accountants, the ISPAC. They usually have a journal, I think every month. My goal is also that I can be writing.
Be published.
Yeah.
On the journal.
On the journal someday,
It's a good one.
continuously.
Yeah. All right. All right. That's a good plan.
Yeah.
There's a girl, there's a boy at home watching you right now thinking, wow, I want to be a writer one day. Wow, I want to be a writer one day. I want to change the world. I want to share my thoughts with the world on certain issues that are affecting our society, that are affecting the youth. What do you have to say to that boy or girl at home?
Well, if you're watching this and you want to be a writer, I think the most powerful tool you have is your voice. For me, I use my voice and put it into writing. You can be there, yes, you write, but your articles have not been published. Just wait. You know, because my article has been published at this time does not mean that yours will not be published. Or maybe, yes, you're a writer, but your story is different from mine.
Yeah.
So I can tell them, use that talent. Keep on doing it. Don't give up. And your day is going to come because people have different timings.
Okay.
God's
All right.
timing is the best.
You said you also share your articles and your pieces on social media when you can.
When I can.
Some of the
Some.
ones that you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. But where can we find your social media so that we can keep up with you?
Well, on IG, Instagram, I am Bella254. Then on Facebook, my name is Bella Bees. And on Twitter, the Bella the Bella_99.
The Bella_99.
Yes.
That is Twitter. Bella254 on Instagram.
I am Bella254.
I am Bella254.
Yeah.
On Facebook, it's Bella Bees.
Yes.
Okay. Please check her out. I also want to invite you some other time today to discuss other issues, including feminism. Have any thoughts on that?
Yes.
Including women in politics. Have any thoughts on that?
Yes.
Okay, I'll invite you some other time.
That's okay.
Thank you very much for coming through. It's been amazing.
I appreciate it.
Karibu sana.
Thank you.
And that was Bella Kakai. Please check her out on all social media platforms. She is amazing. Her writing is awesome. And whatever it is that she's writing will definitely be of some relevance to you. So keep up with her and she's going to really, really touch you all somehow. I want to take another break. When I come back, there's a lot to talk about. Also, I'm going to be looking at the feedback that you guys have been sending. I'm going to be reading them to you in a short while. Do not go anywhere. This is the Art and Culture Monday.